How to scale your trade and construction business fast in 2026. 2026 is not about working hard or taking on more jobs. It's about working smarter. And the trades businesses that are going to win over the next few years won't necessarily be the ones that are on the tools. They'll be the ones that are structured, focused, and specializing in a niche. That applies to you whether you're in boilers, solar, building, kitchens, bathrooms, or even general construction. And right now, most trades businesses are busy, stressed, and stuck at the same level, not knowing what to do next. Not because they're bad at trade, but because the business around the trade has never been built properly. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the key shifts that you need to make if you're going to build a successful trades business in 2026. These strategies aren't theories or opinions. They're proven blueprints that we see working every day. I built the largest training business for trade and construction businesses in the world. And in the last 5 years, as a company, we've trained over 5,000 companies. So this is proven and it works. Okay, so let's jump into the value that I'm going to provide here to you today. You're not going to want to miss these, so make sure you listen to every single one, take notes, and stay until the end. Number one, you got to stop trying to do every job. Now, one of the biggest reasons that most trades businesses struggle is because they're trying to be everything to everyone. They've got no niche, they're a generalist. And when the phone is ringing, and the work is coming in, busy feels like success. But saying yes to everything isn't sensible. In reality, it just creates confusion, creates inconsistency, and pressures you into building the wrong type of business. The fastest growing trades businesses don't scale by doing more types of work. In actual fact, they scale by doing less. They niche down. They specialize, not because they can't do other jobs, but because focus creates leverage. And when you concentrate on one core service for one clear type of customer, delivering those defined outcomes gets easier. Marketing gets clearer because people instantly understand what you do. Sales becomes simpler because you're having the same conversation repeatedly, and pricing becomes stronger because you're no longer guessing. You're now delivering a much smoother outcome because repetition builds control. You don't need more work to scale. You need the right work, better work, a simple, perfect, repeatable business model that's more profitable and far easier to manage. So, tip number 2, word of mouth is not a growth strategy. Word of mouth is valuable. It will always play a role, but it is not a strategy. It's a reactive marketing play by nature. And the reality is, you can't plan a business around hope and recommendations landing at the right time. 1 minute you're busy, 1 minute you're not. And that's where most trades businesses get stuck. They try to build a business on reputation with no paid ads and it doesn't work. The businesses that scale fastest build predictable, intentional lead flow that they can control and scale. This isn't about gimmicks or spammy ads and chasing every inquiry. It's about creating consistent demand for the right type of customer week in, week out. When you rely purely on word of mouth, you always react, you slow down, you get more stressed, and you get pulled from pillar to post. Prices drop, decisions get rushed, and suddenly you're back in survival mode. But when you control lead flow, everything changes. You choose your customers, you protect your margins, and you can plan growth properly instead of firefighting month to month. Tip number 3, quotes don't scale, sales processes do. Stop giving out prices. That's not how you scale a business. Scaling a business is about closing deals. Most tradies think sales means sending out quotes and chasing people, but that isn't sales, it's guesswork. High-performing trades businesses don't just price jobs, they guide customers through a structured sales process that helps them make confident decisions. If you're not closing deals, what are you doing? Because structure in the sales process gives you clarity. clarity builds confidence, and confidence drives conversions. Sales definitely is not about being pushy, and it's not about being slick. It's about helping customers to understand why they're buying, why it's right for them, and why it's worth the investment. Because if sales are structured properly, conversion rates will rise significantly, and average job values, well, they're going to go through the roof. The follow-up becomes systematic instead of awkward. And if you hate sales, like I used to when I was a plumber running a plumbing business, it's usually not because you're bad at it. It's because you've never done the training. Once you know how to do it properly and you invest in training like we provide here at Trade Mastermind, you're gonna win big. That's why on average our customers see 370% growth, because it works. They're following a proven process. Tip number 4. Busy businesses go bust because margins are wrong. They just sell jobs without pricing correctly, thinking that revenue is making the money, but they never check their accounts to understand if it's a reality. Being busy is often being mistaken for being successful, but the two are very different. And most trades businesses turn over good money but still struggle to pay their bills. Why? Because pricing is rushed, emotional, or based on what the competition are charging, and they don't even know what they're doing. When margins are thin, volumes feel like the only option. I get it, I've been there. But unless you start to focus on the right pricing and the right profits, you're going to be under constant cash flow stress. You're just trying to keep the business going, keep your guys in a job, but never actually getting the money that you want to live the life that you deserve. When you get the right marketing and get the right model, fewer jobs are needed to make the same or more money. Customers tend to be better, and the business becomes calm and actually far more controlled. Profit doesn't come from being flat out, it comes from being structured, giving the right prices, running the right margins, so the business works for you, not the other way around. Okay, tip number 5. Chaos in delivery is the silent killer of your profit. Even with good margins, profit disappears quickly. And if delivery is chaotic, you have missteps, poor communication, over-ordering of materials, jobs that delay, and it's not good for the bottom line. Most trades businesses face this challenge because they don't have a proper process. It's caused by weak or non-existent SOPs, but the best businesses systemize how work is delivered. Not to be corporate, but to be professional. Clear processes and simple checklists reduce mistakes, callbacks, and stress across you and the team. Jobs run smoother, customers feel looked after, and ultimately the problems are solved before they escalate. I run a national installation business, and trust me, the processes that we built made all the difference. That's why at Trade Mastermind we advocate for building better systems, and we can teach you how. So if your business is chaotic, you need structure, systems, processes, and the right people. Number 6, staying on the tools is the biggest growth ceiling. Because we trade our time for money as tradies, and we've always worked with our hands, we think the only way to get paid is by being on the tools. But in actual fact, the money is not made on the tools. You've got to wrap your head around that. The money is made when the sale is done, and the tools are just the cost of delivery. That's why at Trade Mastermind, we advocate that you get off the tools as quickly as possible, because I've been there, done it, and got the t-shirt. I used to try and do the job, be in the customer's home, take the calls, book in other customers. It wasn't professional. It was very, very stressful, and I made mistakes and I missed stuff. Because with all the will in the world, there's only so much you can do. And if you're running the business from the tools, you're not running it from what matters, which is data, leads, sales, and cash flow. Things have got to change in 2026, and it's time to get off the tools. Number 7, teams don't fail, leadership does. It's hard to become a leader. I get it. And most trades businesses blame staff when things go wrong. They never take accountability. But the real issue is usually clarity. Good people struggle in unclear systems when shifting expectations, and without change management, it gets chaotic. If you get clear roles, clear standards, and consistent processes that outperform enthusiasm every time, then you're going to be a great leader. with a motivated workforce. It's about removing the confusion. Get clear with your people what you expect and show them how to do the job. But don't just teach a process verbally, write it down, document it, and make it stick. Strong leadership creates calm. Calm creates consistency, and consistency delivers results. Tip number 8, scaling a model is not a mood. One day you're motivated, one day you're not. Random growth creates stress, produces bottlenecks and burnout. Planned growth, however, is structured. You get the right capacity, you have the right confidence, and you get the right control. The best trades businesses don't scale on emotion, they scale on a model. That's why we've been so successful, because we teach proven models. And if you follow a proven model like Trade Mastermind, instead of guessing, you get to copy what works. You replicate the successes, you avoid the failures, and education becomes the driving force for success. It will help you reduce costly mistakes and turn growth into something predictable, because scaling isn't about pushing harder when things don't stack up. It's about building a structure that supports growth consistently. Tip number 9, you aren't failing, you're just untrained. If you were trained to be excellent at your trade, why weren't you trained to be excellent at business? Everybody misses it. Most plumbers, electricians, gas engineers go to college for years to learn how to be good at the technical skill. But I've asked thousands of trades businesses that I've trained over the years before they've come to us, did you go to business college? And the answer is no. It's just like me being a great plumber and trying to do an electrician's job. Without the technical knowledge, I'm gonna be poor at it. I wouldn't even attempt it. So why do we think that tradies can easily just become great at business without the right support? I have been where you want to go, and I know what it takes to create success. But you've got to start to understand that you could be the bottleneck. If you're not reading books, listening to podcasts, going on courses, joining masterminds, getting coached, then how do you expect to level up? You've got to upgrade your knowledge and build a better operating model if you want to see real success in 2026. Finally, number 10, the trades businesses winning in 2026 all do this. The trades businesses winning in 2026 all share one common trait. They invest in structure early. They stop winging it, they start following a proven system, and they treat their business like a business, not like a job. This is exactly how we work at Trade Mastermind, and we give you the right operating models to scale. Reactive plumbers become boiler installation businesses, electricians do solar, carpenters do kitchens. It's all about getting the right high-ticket, high-margin service that has a perfect, repeatable operational rhythm. Why would you chase reactive jobs for a few £100s where you can go after big-ticket, high cash-flowing services that are going to get you the margin and the cash flow that you need to build a successful company? This is what you got to do. You got to get training, you got to get support, and you got to get help. If you do those things, it's going to be the best year that you've ever had. Now, I hope you like this video. I've really enjoyed making it for you. Those are my top 10 tips for 2026 to create unlimited success. If you would like to speak to one of my team at Trade Mastermind, there's no obligation to work with us. All of our courses are application only because we want to maintain quality. Our courses are City and Guilds business accredited, so you have real confidence that you're in trusted hands, but no pressure. But I want you to do what I have done, and that is 2 things. Invest in myself, which is time and money, and evolve my business model as it's scaled. I can only tell you what I have done, and I love Trade Mastermind because I'm a product of the product. This business is built on my DNA, and so I only tell you to do what I'm doing at scale. I hope you have a fantastic year, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the Trade Mastermind YouTube channel. Comment below and let me know what you're struggling with, and hopefully come down to one of our free discovery days where we can teach you how to get more leads, make more sales, and scale your business to the next level. Happy New Year, and I'll see you on the other side.